Word. You sure? You're gonna say
Mm-hmm.
love? All right. It still say schedule, but I'm gonna talk. What's good, Knicks Nation? Welcome to Knicks and Ish Post Game Live. Final score: Suns 112, Knicks 107. And let's be very clear off rip. This was not a game the Knicks lost because they were outworked. The Knicks dominated the glass 50-37. They shot 39% from three, same as Phoenix. Field goal percentage, even. So, no, this wasn't about effort. This wasn't about shooting. And it damn sure wasn't about energy. This game came down to one thing: mistakes at the worst possible times. 18 turnovers turned into 22 points for Phoenix. That's the game. You win every other major category and still lose because you kept handing them the momentum. Jalen Brunson finishes with 27. Deuce gives you 17. Mitch controls the board, but once again, Brunson could not get a consistent whistle attacking the paint, and those no calls turned into live ball runouts the other way. Tonight, we're talking about why this loss is frustrating because the Knicks actually played well. The fine line between a contender and a finished product. And the question Knicks fans keep asking, what is Leon Rose cooking next? Knicks Nation, let's get into it. Let's go, Knicks. This is Knicks. You got to do it.
Boom shakalaka! The Knicks are grit. These kids and our party just lit. That is the littest. You know we lit. You know we lit. You know we lit. You know we lit. Turn up, no we lit. Turn up. You know we lit. Let's go deep time. You know we lit. Mrs. Nixon. You know we lit. Kev, what up? You know we lit fresh, that's the Pearl A Lord. You know we lit Knickerbocker, have a talk to. Let's go! We lit.
I guess I got to be fast today, too. And you was muted when you intro. Yeah. But yeah, live and direct on your YouTube screen is your favorite Knicks and Ish panel, including but not limited to the First Lady of Knicks and Ish, Mrs. Knicks, and myself, the co-host. The host. I'm a Fun Club. Don't mind me, I'm tired. It's 12 in the morning.
Show.
Big shout out to the rest of the panel. Kev, Fraz, and Knickerbocker. Yeah, I mean, but we here. Yeah, I mean, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, sharing is always caring. You know the vibery. Cop some merch. Yeah, I mean, the what you would call it, the Shopify scrolling across the bottom, or you could go to the YouTube page and cop merch directly from there. What else did I forget? Oh, super chats. Make sure you hitting up them super chats so we can talk about what you want to talk about. You feel me? But yeah, quick maintenance. Jeremy's house was good. Mike was good. There go Kev.
No.
What's the phrase? He might not show up when you want him, but he always on time. Shout out to my bro Kev for the pull up, man. But you know, tough loss tonight, man. You know, like I said earlier, the Knicks lose to the Suns 112-107. You know, quick little overview. We fought tonight. I mean, we showed a level of toughness tonight that I didn't really see in a lot of those other losses that we had in recent games. The Phoenix Suns was definitely trying to be an irritant tonight. Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen to be exact, and the other kid with the face mask, I forget his name. but they would definitely came out with the intentions to get under the Knicks' skin. But we showed toughness and we stayed in there. We fought. You know, it was a point of the game where we probably could have let go of the rope, and it looked like we was about to. Mike Brown called a well-timed timeout, and you know we kind of righted the ship a little bit. But it came down to, you know, poor late game execution and turnovers, in my opinion, why we lost this game. But I'm going to turn it over to the panel so we could get their opinions on tonight's game. Make sure y'all hitting that like button and subscribing, facts, and bless that super chat. Let's start with Kev. Kev, talk to me, man.
I, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like my old ass fell asleep the first 3 quarters of the game, so I really only got to see the last quarter. Um, and when I seen it, we was down early in the quarter. I think we was down like 9, then we went down to 12. Um, but I think what really caught from what I seen in the stat sheet, I think what really killed us the most was those 18 turnovers, especially the turnovers late in the game. And some I would say, Jalen Brunson's my guy, but there was a couple plays there where I'm like, damn, bro, you should have passed that off. I think we had like Deuce on the corner wide open for a three that he could have hit. Um, and he took that floater and missed it. And I forget what other there was another turnover that kind of I felt like cost us the game. So I feel like you said, I agree with the execution towards the end of the game was terrible. I like how they fought, and try to make it a game, but it's like we always say, man, like, if you play 4 quarter basketball, you win games. And I feel like in this game we didn't really do that. Especially towards the end. And I feel like those 2 key missed free throws by OG. Um, you know, Shout out to him for even trying to make the opportunity for us to get us back in the game. But in situations like that, we gotta hit those free throws.
Big facts, big facts. Yo, if you in your chat, let us know why you think we lost this game tonight. You know what I mean? Give us your opinion in the chat. Mrs. Nix, talk to me.
Today was frustrating. I was ultra frustrated. One, I feel like again they were allowed to play way more physical than us. I think there was many a times throughout the game where they put bodies on the guy bringing the ball up or the guy that had the ball at half court, and there were no calls being made. And I feel like if that was reversed, we would be in foul trouble. I think turnovers absolutely did us in. We allowed, I think they scored 22 points on our turnovers. I think the pace also wasn't well today. We only have 4 fast break points, which, our offense is supposed to be bringing the ball up fast as possible. And I didn't see it like that. 22 assists is not going to win you a game. That means the ball's not moving. It's not going good. I just didn't like it. I mean, we made it a game. OG has to make those free throws. You have to make those free throws and give us another opportunity. I guess, they say pressure busts pipes, and it busts his pipe today. I just hope we could bounce back. Because, the last time we took a tough loss, it wasn't good for us. So, yeah.
Nah, yeah. OG definitely has to, come up clutch in that moment. And I do agree that at times it definitely looked like they allowed the Suns to be way more physical. There's a lot more hand checking in these last few Knicks games. Yeah, I've seen a lot more hand checking being allowed that I've seen in the last 30 years. you know, but I'm not making any excuses. We still had opportunities to win this game, but we just could we just didn't execute down the stretch. I agree with Kev. I felt like that especially that floater, JB was going for I'm Captain Clutch mode. You feel me? And I can't really. It'd be hard for me to be mad at JB in those moments because in a lot of those moments he's done the same exact thing, and the basket actually went in. You feel me? Like so, it's like feast or famine. Like you gotta live with it. Like if this is the way that we win games, a lot of the times you gotta live with it when it doesn't work. Uh, and it happens to the greatest players. You know, I've watched Kobe miss clutch shots. I watched Jordan miss clutch shots. I watched Steph miss clutch shots. It just happens. You feel me? But I do think in those moments, JB needs to identify how he's being played and where the help is coming from sooner, so he knows to get rid of the ball if he doesn't have a great look at the basket. Of course, there's going to be times that he's going to have to make tough shots, but like Kev said, Deuce was open in the corner, and Deuce is known for making clutch shots. You know, you got to trust your teammates. Jordan trusted his teammates in some of the greatest, in some of the most clutch moments in NBA history. Yeah, I mean, but ain't no knock on JB for real. But we do got to find a way to get Cat the ball in the fourth quarter. You feel me? Like, Cat can't pass the rock to himself. Like, we want Cat to be tough. We want Cat to do so many things, but at the same time, I don't think he get a lot of looks throughout the game, as many as he should, being the second best player on his team. And he can't pass himself the rock. You know, coach got to run more plays for him. Coach got to put his ass in a post more too. You feel me? Like that needs to happen a lot more too. I think Cat is way more effective playing back to the basket or in the post area than he is spotting up from 3-point range and trying to drive to the hoop. I think he got way more options. He could be more effective as a passer. He could be more effective as a scorer. There's just so many things that he can do. He can garner more attention and use more gravity in that sense. Because Cat's really not going to pass. If he has to drive the ball from the 3-point line, he's not passing the rock. We know what's going to happen. It's going to either be a really spectacular play for a 7-footer or a really bad play for anybody. You feel me? Like only those two things going to happen. You feel me? But moving along just a little bit, question to the panel. How many of those turnovers felt self-inflicted versus Phoenix forcing the issue and pressures and traps and things of that nature? Mrs. Knicks.
Quite a lot felt self-inflicted. Yes, they trapped, but I think they were able to easily trap because our spacing wasn't good and our moving without the ball wasn't good. Today, I seen a couple of times, more than a couple of times, where they kind of got JB at the corner or someone else at the baseline, and there were two Knicks players really close in proximity, and so it's easy to trap like that. And we just didn't adjust. We didn't adjust when they got super physical, throwing bodies at us. We almost folded. Like you mentioned, if it wasn't for Mike Brown's timeout, we definitely would have folded because the Knicks are the Knicks' worst enemy. We get in our own heads when we don't get our way with the refs or, teams get ultra physical with us. We then get in our own heads and we cause a lot of this nonsense. So the Knicks need to do better at that. But I think a lot of it was us. I think the ball wasn't moving enough, and it allowed them to catch us.
Kev.
I'm here, y'all. I'm sorry I'm off screen. I could barely hear y'all, so I gotta, um, I mean, from what I saw, because like I said, I only saw the fourth quarter. So I feel like a lot of the turnovers in that quarter was self-inflicted, stupid mental mistakes that the Knicks were making. Um, but that pretty much really, the first three I'm just oblivious to it. But this quarter, the last quarter, which I think is the most important, I think the Knicks really shot themselves in the foot. And a lot of that turned into Phoenix points, but you know, the Knicks just got to learn to play better basketball in the fourth quarter. I feel like sometimes in the fourth quarter we kind of lose ourselves. We start playing I don't understand it. We don't play as aggressive, right? But I mean, stuff like that is gonna happen. The Knicks just gotta learn how to control themselves, especially when they not getting calls their way. We know that teams are allowed to play physical against us and we're not allowed to do it back. And I feel like at times, the Knicks got to learn to control their emotions because we're good enough to win these games even without the help of the ref. You know what I'm saying? And especially in late games in the fourth quarter, man. These guys are gonna come physical. You know it. Just put all that shit to the side, play basketball, and we win games. If not, you're gonna get games like we get today. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I feel like another thing that schematically needs to be addressed is teams now. Every team is playing full court pressure on us now. Like every team, they especially if JB bringing up the ball, they bring in full court pressure right away. You have to find a way to alleviate that. You have to. Like it makes it difficult. Now we're getting into late shot clock offense. Like Mrs. Nick said earlier, Mike Brown was preaching, we're going to play fast pace. Excuse me. And I feel like in this stretch of, losing 5 out of the last 6 games, we've been playing hella slow. We have not been playing with pace. We have not been getting a lot of easy offense. Uh, you know, and that has to change. Uh, I don't know. Is it to probably help Cat or the bigs along because it definitely looked like they be struggling when we play with pace, especially Mitch. Mitch definitely looked like he'd be struggling when it comes to keeping up with the pace. But I don't know what it is, but that those things need to be addressed. And speaking of which, I need Mike Brown to get mad on the sideline. I need him to get Ron Dew was good. I need Mike Brown to get mad on the sideline. There's a lot of shit. A lot of stuff be happening, and some unfair calls and all that stuff. He don't get angry enough for me. I know he computing in his mind, right? I know he computing in his mind on what to do, but he don't get angry enough for me. Somebody gotta get you gotta curse at the ref. You gotta get at least one tech. They're beating up JB and they beating up Cat. You gotta get at least one tech, Playboy. Let them know you mean business out there. You don't do that enough. It kind of bothers me. But speaking of
It's like he don't back up his players enough. I felt like that's what I miss about Tibbs. I felt like Tibbs used to get in the referee's face all the time. And at times I'd be like, damn, Tibbs about to get a tech. I haven't seen that yet from Mike Brown. And that's kind of alarming to me, bro, because it's true. Like there be times where I'm like, bro, get the fuck up and say something. Why you just sitting there doing nothing, bro? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. To be honest with you, though, I feel like we've been saying it. Mrs. Nick's been saying it all season long. We've been saying. I feel like in certain times of the game, the ball needs to go through Cat. Switch it up, bro. You know what I mean? Because who on their right mind on the Phoenix Suns is gonna fucking stop Karl Anthony Towns? Who? I look through the roster and I just can't find nobody on that roster that would be able to stop him.
Yeah,
And we seen Mitchell Robinson have like what 15 rebounds?
yeah.
Like, bro, we
14.
outsizing these guys. What's going on? Why we not running the ball through cat and late situations, especially in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think it should be a game by game basis of what the game needs.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, I agree. Like at times we definitely need to be running the offense through cat at times, but not him standing at the top of the fucking three.
But that's the problem. He stays there. It's like that's how Mike Brown's offense is. He starts there at the top when he shouldn't. Like he needs to be started. I say no more than foul line extended. And down.
So I got another question. It was kind of where I was going. Do you think Brunson is pressing through the contact and is leading to turnovers because he's expecting the calls that he's not getting? Yeah.
It could be, that could be exactly what it is, because he knows these guys are playing physical with him, so he's gonna try to get that foul. But sometimes, man, JB, you better than that, bro. We know you better than that. We know you don't need to do all that. But I think that sometimes it does hurt us in certain situations, you know what I'm saying? And it favors the other team. But he just got to do a better job at making right decisions in late time game.
Yeah, that's a fact, sis.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think it's fair for him to stop. Like he shouldn't change his game because he's gonna have to force it. He's gonna have to force them to make that call. Because 9 times out of 10 it is a foul. It is. They're just not calling it, and that's what I don't understand because I seen Devin Booker do the same shit Jalen Brunson did time after time after time today, and he got the call. He kept pushing in, shouldering in, all that, and he got the call. So why is it that Brunson isn't getting the call? So no, I don't think he needs to stop doing it. He got to keep doing it so that they fucking make the call.
But see, that's the thing though. They're not calling it. So if they not calling it, you gotta adjust.
I mean, he gotta adjust.
Obvious,
yes,
like look, he's been getting murdered all season long, and they're not giving him those calls. They're just not. I mean, we see time and time and time and time him and Cat getting straight assassined going down to the basket, and there's no calls. So I get the frustration. I get it, right? But bro, we gotta do something else. You know what I'm saying? Because we're losing a lot of games that we could be winning.
But I don't think we're losing these games because of that particular reason. I think it's a culmination of things. I think that JB got to continue to play his game for sure. I don't know if what you would call it. Mike Brown may have to start appealing to the officials like Tibbs used to do.
I've been saying that for shows now.
Like Tibbs used to, he said, I send him the tapes and show him where he's fouled. You feel me? Like, I think that might have to be, but I don't think JB needs to change his game. I think the game plan may need to be tweaked a little. I agree at times that we can definitely run offense through Cat, especially in like late game situations. But something has to change. I don't necessarily think it's the way JB plays because the way the reason why he is who he is right now. You feel me? But yeah, something got to get.
It's just the refs got something against the Knicks. It's as simple as that. It's been like this for years. We've been going through this since Melo, Patrick Ewing, all this shit, bro. It's just something that the refs got against New York. You know what I mean?
So they mentioned it on the broadcast today, and I found
shot it well from three. It's a huge difference, and boy, he's not been shooting great this year, but tonight, different story. Now, how is that not a foul? Allen is bumping him the whole way. And the official's standing right there. That's poor officiating.
Right.
Clarkson upset.
and then called a foul on Clarkson. It's crazy.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, it's crazy. And it's obvious. It's obvious. You see it, everybody sees it, and to be honest, it's like, what can you do about it? You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing.
But I think that's where, like T-Time said today, and I've said it, I think on the last two shows, like, Coach Brown gotta say something. He gotta say something. He needs to get up, stop just sitting there, or just standing there and like clearly say something, because nothing's gonna be done if we don't make sure that it's done clearly. You know, we let it go on and on and on, and you know, it's just man.
He just be sitting there like with a
With
sad
a smirk,
face.
like I want to smack the fuck out of him through the TV.
Yeah, just like yo, Mike, man, like, you know, show some kind of emotion. You know what I mean? Because of that little bit of emotion that you show spazzing out on a referee, you know, you might trigger your team.
Facts.
Yeah,
or maybe didn't even get a tech today, because let's not act like Dylan Brooks wasn't all in their face at the end of the second quarter, flaring his arms, having to be pulled back. He didn't get called for a tech.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, yeah. I mean, definitely coach should show a little bit. That's why I was sitting here. I was like, yo, you got to get a tech at some point, homie. Like, you got at some point.
I seen Jalen Brunson pops show more emotion on the bench than he does. There be times, yo, JB did something today. I don't know what he did. Yo, I seen the pops. He was flipping out.
Yeah.
Flipping out on the side. Like, what the fuck? You know, and this guy just sat there. I seen him. I looked at him and I'm like, yo, bro, he showed no kind of emotion.
Yeah. You know, you know, each person is different. I think that he's more like trying to analyze the game instead of like focusing on yelling at the rest. But at the same time, I'm not saying you got to do it all the time, but just once in a blue moon, let them know that, yo, y'all wildin'.
Yo, word up, spaz out on a guy, bro.
Yeah,
you know, I want to see the players holding you back or something.
Yeah, that's facts. Because, like you said, that could spark something in your players. Yeah, and listen, man, that's another thing too tonight. You spoke about Dylan Brooks. Getting cooked by Dylan Brooks is nasty work. I don't want to live in a world where this happens to my basketball team. That offensively, you got Dylan Brooks cooking. All right, come on, what are we doing here?
I mean, to be honest with you, Dylan Brooks is like their Josh Hart version of Josh Hart. You know what I mean? And I tip my cap to him because whatever he does, it works. And I seen he tried to get at Deuce, and Deuce was like, "Get the fuck out of here." And that's why I love Deuce. Deuce, my guy, yo. Deuce was like, "Get the fuck out of here. You is not taking the ball out my hand." But listen, I tip my hat to him. We didn't do nothing to stop him. We did nothing to stop him, bro. He did whatever he wanted today against us. Him and Devin Booker.
You know,
what I mean?
I appreciate the toughness that, you know, the little bit of toughness that we showed today. Like you said, with the Deuce thing, OG pushing Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen is a dirty player sometimes, bro.
Tyler Kolek, yeah, I mean, you know, speaking up for himself. But I also feel like, you know, well, I don't want to get there yet, right? because we about to talk about that, later. So I don't even want to start walking down that road yet. So what I was going to say, it was something about the bench. The bench. How much Clarkson had? I had everything. I had everything. Where is it? How much my boy had?
Who?
Jordan. 12 Jordan. So with Deuce being in the starting lineup, right? We had 12 from Jordan Clarkson, 8 from Robinson, and 2 from Tyler Colin for a whopping 22 points. Then you got my boy Deuce with 17. How much longer can this bench sustain without Deuce on the bench?
I mean,
last.
Go ahead, Sid. You want to start it off?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they said last week he should be reevaluated this week. So I need him reevaluated tomorrow.
Are you talking about?
I need him reevaluated tomorrow. Just because we would have won today if Josh played. For sure. For sure. Because we would have had some fast break points just off of Josh. Mm-hmm. He brings a little more quickness to this team than what we've seen tonight and in the last few nights. And Deuce coming off the bench, it will be huge. I mean, he's still going to give us what he's given us. You know what I mean? It's just going to be coming off the bench. But we absolutely miss Josh. Like, what he been out 2 weeks since Christmas?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like 2.5 weeks. Have been a long ass 2.5 weeks.
Facts.
To be honest with you, I think the bench is taking a hit without Deuce. When Deuce starts, because right now I think he's our best player coming off the bench. To be honest with you, and him and Jordan Clarkson, right? But Jordan Clarkson, we haven't seen what we were supposed to get from him yet, right? He's been like, somewhere the 12-point, 10-point range almost every game, right? But like Mike Brown, you got some good young players on the bench that you can utilize. Diawara, who had a magnificent game against the Pelicans. After that, what the fuck have you been doing? What the fuck have you been doing after that, bro? I don't understand it. The kid had a magnificent game defensively, offensively, did everything fucking right in that game. After that, it's like he's in the doghouse now. I don't understand that, right? The same thing with the other kid, McCullough. Great, pretty solid defender, who can get. I mean, we seen him get hot. In a game like this, you can utilize that because
he did.
But like what Mike, you got some good young talented players on your bench. I love Tyler Kolek, but give these guys some minutes, man. Like, Josh Hart is hurt. We don't know when we're gonna get Josh back. We know Josh is like the engine of this team, and we struggling without him. It's obvious, you can see it. Use these young guys, bro. They tall, they fast, they hungry. They're both really good defenders. We could have used that today. Mm-hmm. Against a Devin Booker or Dylan Brooks. Like, we could have used that against those guys. Why are we not utilizing their lengths, their strengths on the defensive end? Guys that can hit down, obviously we could see Diawara can hit the 3-point shot. McCullough can hit the 3-point shot. Why are we not utilizing none of that?
I will say this, right? Because right before Kev started to say what he was saying, I was looking. I was like, oh man, that's pretty much an 8-man rotation. This look kind of familiar. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
This looks kind of familiar. 8-man rotation. That's tough. I'm looking at the minutes being played. Deuce 39. Jalen Brunson 37. OG 38. McCall 33. Cat 33. Those numbers look kind of familiar. And I agree with Kev. Diawara played a hell of a game in New Orleans. And then why is he not playing? Why is Kevin McCullough not playing? Especially a game like tonight where like it's physical. Guys are everywhere. They're hustling. You need somebody like Kevin McCullough to be out there just to be disruptive. I think we could have used Diawara's length, especially on like Kev said, Dylan Brooks or Booker. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't understand why these kids is not getting any, PT like that. It don't make sense.
It don't.
It don't make sense. And then you also be able to have a Deuce McBride fresher for the fourth quarter. OG Anunoby. I'm not, listen, Rondu, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just pointing out the obvious. I'm just pointing out the obvious, you feel me? Because I had no problem with Tibbs. If y'all know, y'all been watching, y'all know I had no problem with Tibbs. So I'm just saying, it's for the people who complained. That's all. I'm just pointing out the obvious. You feel me? The people who was complaining, just pointing out the obvious. That it just looks familiar. But I think this time, Mike Brown is wrong because you've seen what your younger players got. You actually played them and seen what your younger players got. And if I'm not mistaken, we won that game. That Diawara went crazy. We won the game when Kevin McCullough went crazy. And now you're on the bench and we lose it. It's kind of coinky-dink. You feel me? That's all I'm saying.
It's true, though.
All I'm saying.
You should get crucified for that.
That's a whole fact. All right.
And Mike Brown kind of lied to us, though, bro. You said we was going to play faster this year. That's been the complete opposite. We're like the 5th worst team in pace this season, probably. I think maybe less. You said you was going to have Mitchell Robinson more involved on the offensive end. We haven't seen much of that other than putbacks. You know what I mean? I seen that one lob to him by JB today, but we don't see much of that this year. I'm thinking we're gonna see fucking this electrifying Mitchell Robinson this year, which I would love to see, and we just not seeing that from him. So that's 2 lies right there. And then the third lie is you said you was gonna be playing, giving the kids some opportunity, and you have on and off, but like in games like this, we needed to see that more. From those, I would have loved to see Diawara playing defense on Dylan Brooks today. You know what I mean? Because he gave me the OG vibe. You know what I mean? So why not use that? Why not use that to your advantage? The youth. Give these guys rest. You was doing it before. Why all of a sudden it just stopped? It's like, I don't get it. And I like Mike Brown, but sometimes you throw us for this loop and I don't understand it.
My fault. I'm dadding at the same time. Kevin gotta agree. There's a lot of promises being made. And I want to give him. Well, I can't really give him that kind of credit anymore for like grace period because how many games we in? How many games we in? We like almost 40 games in or something like that, close to that.
Yep, I think so. We're like 38
Yeah,
cents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see?
we should be knowing what we're doing by now.
Right,
We should
right.
know what
Like,
listen, I get it that Josh Hart is injured. I get it that Landry is injured, but we still got a large chunk of our team that's healthy right now, and it still kind of look like he's still trying stuff. Like he's still trying to figure it out, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I mean, we're going through a rough stretch. I don't think this calls for major tweaks. I think it calls for little tweaks. I think it's more of an effort and consistency thing from the guys that you put on the court, but it still feel like trying stuff now. And you because there's such a high, what's the word I'm looking for? Expectation for the team. Like you panicking because we on a little skid, and you like, I'm just gonna play my best players the most minutes now. Like I'm just gonna play them almost 40 minutes so we can try to get this dub. You feel me? Instead of finding things that work, like being consistent playing the younger guys. Like Diawara could be something really, really good for us. I like his game. I like his game, and I think he's being done an injustice at this point, especially after that game that he had in New Orleans. It's going to be a roller coaster ride with him. Not every game is going to be that great, but I definitely think he deserved more than 4 minutes tonight.
right.
That's
how you develop. That's how you develop these young guys, bro. You develop character, because you know that these guys are capable of helping us win. They've showed it.
Yeah. But I agree with sis. Josh Hart can't come back fast enough.
Oh man, bro. You I don't know, man. Like I don't. Josh Hart is like a real huge a miss on this team in every way, bro, possible. Because you could throw him on anybody on that team, he would have gave them fits, especially what we've been missing, like the loose balls and all that. Pause. He's that guy, and I feel like we haven't gotten that enough from the team so far. I feel like our energy's down. When he plays, I feel like we all live with everybody's like plays more together.
All right, yeah. So, all right, we got one more. We got one topic before we get out of here. You feel me? And that's what is Leon Rose cooking, and I'm going to start it to make it kind of segue from what we were just talking about in tonight's game. If you're Leon Rose, do games like this push you towards patience, or do they force your hand before the deadline? Don't remember who went first the last time.
Yeah, it's good.
You muted.
I don't think games like tonight force his hand. I mean, I still don't think they're going to do anything with the starting lineup. So I don't think it's really forcing anything. The only thing that's still going to happen, regardless of these type of losses or not, it may be a bench move. But I don't think it forces his hand to make a major move. And I've already seen it on X while I was scrolling a little while ago. Oh, get Cat out of here. Macau is soft. Like it's just insane how like people just want to blame someone instead of like looking at the team or looking at watching the damn game. Cause what are we watching? Like Macau scored what? He had 15 today, something like that. Something like that. He had a huge three at the end. He had a huge three.
Yeah.
And again, he's there defending all game Dylan Brooks or Devin Booker. Like, what more do you want from the kid? Yes, he has huge games. He's not gonna have huge games every night when we have Jalen and Cat. You know what I mean? And he can't really blame Cat because the offense isn't getting run by him. You know what I mean? Like, this is like the issue is the offense, the offensive schemes, not the players we have. The issue is the coaching. And I'm gonna stand 10 toes on that shit. You know, time after time in the first half, we saw overpassing. We saw kicking back when you had easy layup. And I think they said it on the broadcast like, oh, it pissed me off on the broadcast because they said something like, oh yeah, it's better to pass out and get a 3-point shot because then it's more points. No, the fuck it's not. Get 2 points. Get 2 easy points. Like, what part of basketball did y'all learn to not take an open shot and kick out to the 3? I don't understand. And there was a play, I think it was the third quarter or the early fourth quarter, where the Knicks missed like 4 threes in a row. And Mitchell Robinson kept getting the rebound, and missing. They kept missing the damn 3-point shot. Take an easy shot. Like, it's, if any change is going to be made, and y'all know I'm not big on making huge changes, but it needs to be something with the motherfucking offensive scheme.
I was just so before when I was talking, and I was like, it was mentioning like, I think it was toughness or something, whatever. And I was like, if we do make a change, the one thing I would do, right? And I think our team is tremendously talented the way it is, and we have what it takes to win the championship with this roster intact. But if I was to do anything, I'm going to trade Yabu and get somebody who's an in-your-face guy. Like I feel like we need one of those guys on the roster that, like, when an irritant like a Dylan Brooks or somebody start getting out of line, somebody that's quick to check that. Yeah, like somebody's quick to get in their face, like, yeah, we here though. You feel me? Like, it's one thing to stand up for yourself, but I also think we need somebody who's a little bit of a knucklehead. We might need somebody to get attacked and let them know, like, yo, nah, it's not. This is not what's happening. This is not what y'all doing. And I don't have a name at hand right now. You feel me? To be like, we need to go get that guy, but that's somebody I will be looking for. You know what I mean? He might not need to play a whole lot of minutes, but if the games get chippy and you got, we need an enforcer is the right word. We need an enforcer because we are at a point where I've heard too many people question our toughness, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it when Melo was questioning our toughness. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I want somebody, if we were going to do that. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to make any trades, that'd be somebody I'll be looking for. Somebody that's an irritant as well, and also ready for the, for whatever. But yeah, that I don't think so. If hypotheticals, obviously, right? If Leon Rose, well, y'all kind of answered this, but do y'all have any names specifically? I know we don't want anybody to go, but if a trade had to be made, who are you looking at that can help this team?
I mean, to be honest with you, I said it in the last I think we should pack Yabu up out of here and you know maybe a pack a Pakum Dadier and maybe 1 or 2 second-round picks to the Pelicans for Sadiq Bey, bro. I think, you know, because to be honest with you, I don't see no kind of enforcers out there that's on the trade market right now that we can get. You know what I mean? But I think that, you know, he's somebody that can improve our bench. I think that's a move that Leon should look to make. Somebody that can improve our bench. If you're not gonna utilize motherfucking Tyler Kolek the way you're gonna utilize him, you got another fucking guy in Jose Alvarado and the Pelicans, who's a tough son of a bitch. That dude is tough. He just fucking you want to fight? You want to fight? Yeah, he'll just knock. He almost knocked Mark Williams out. Almost knocked him out. A right hook to the jaw. Homies from Brooklyn, straight New York. You want attitude? There you go. A short guy, tough guy, right there. Boom. You want to play games? You want to play games, Dylan Brooks? Boom. You could get a 2-piece real quick. You know what I mean? So if that's what we're gonna do, if you're not gonna play the young guys the way we would like for you to see, and I would hate to see these young guys go, but pack them up and send them somewhere they're gonna get playing time and they can grow as players and bring guys that you think that's gonna help us win right away. And I think that Jose Alvarado and Sadiq Bey could be a massive help to that bench if you're not going to utilize these young kids.
Sis.
So we talked about it a little last show, and we mentioned Sadiq Bey, who I think would be a good fit. Another piece would be a Keon Ellis type player. He's really good defensively. We've seen him defend the hell out of JB, and JB is a hard.
That's the guy. That's the guy that got psyched out by JB in Sacramento, right? Yeah, I remember that.
But he's a good ass defender, and he can shoot the three. So I think out of those two, are Sadiq Bey or Keon Ellis. I like Alvarado. I keep saying it. I really like Alvarado, but he's only 6 feet, and that alone just makes me say no.
But look at how tall Tyler Kolek is. He's the same height. The same height.
I know, but getting rid of a Yabusele who is height for another 6-footer is not a good look. Now,
but Yabusele ain't giving us nothing. He's giving us nothing.
I know.
Yeah.
But if we need a big, we can throw him in. We can't throw Alvarado in if we need a big.
So, Alvarado's cool, and I hear, you know, I mentioned, you know, Ellis because he plays defense. I think the weirdest thing about this team, I don't know if I've seen this somewhere else. I can't remember. I probably did. And I'm so used to being on my freaking iPad. I'm trying to touch my computer monitor. And, you know, the weirdest thing about this team, we have really good defenders on this team. More than a lot of teams, we can name really good defenders, right? Mitch, really good defender. OG, really good defender. Really good defender. You got Josh, a solid defender. Deuce McBride, really good defender. Like, that's more than you can name on a lot of teams, right? And then if you add, you know, Diawara is a decent defender, especially for somebody so young in his career. It makes no sense that we have these struggles defensively. And I have to charge it to the defensive scheme. It got to be the defensive schemes. It got to be. because you could put some people, because people pick on JB or they pick on other teams' star players can't defend, and they do a better job of hiding their star players than we do. And that's nasty. And I also think it's because we switch too much.
Right.
We switch too much. We switch too easy. What we started doing, especially with JB, which JB is starting to get better at, is hedging the ball handler, pause, and letting the primary defender get back in front of the ball before retreating to his man. Now, that needs something that needs to be happening more often and continuously. I don't ever want to see JB just automatically switch to the team's best offensive weapon. That's just never going to end good. It's never going to end good. It's been too many times tonight where I saw JB getting matched up with Devin Booker or Dylan Brooks.
But to Jalen Brunson's defense, though, he's like, there's a lot of tall point guards that are fast, physical at his position, and to be honest with you, like, he does the best that he can, bro, against all of these guys.
I'm not arguing that, Kev. I'm not, and most of the time he's not even guard. His primary
right
is not even those guys. They got him on somebody who's probably a spot up shooter or somebody who don't have a lot of offensive bag. So they usually have JB on that person. What I'm saying is teams are hunting him and putting him in action to try to get the switch. And I'm saying that switch needs to stop happening. And what they're trying to do is have JB hedge the dribbler so the primary defender can get back back into defensive position. That needs to happen more often. But I saw too many times tonight JB got caught on Dylan Brooks and Devin Booker. And sometimes I think it was just maybe tired legs or laziness from the primary defender, because I see them telling JB to stay when JB doesn't need to stay there. No, I get paid to score the rock. You get paid to defend. I get paid to score. Your job is to defend, get over here and guard these guys. Let me get back to Royce O'Neal, because all he going to do is stand in the corner. That's where I'm supposed to be. You feel me? But yeah, but when JB's there, he does give grade A effort. I'm never shortchanging JB on the effort. My problem is not with him. It's what we doing schematically to stop it from happening. That's it. JB caught a great charge in Dylan Brooks today. I thought that was about to be a defensive foul because he got there kind of late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't got nothing else. If y'all ain't got nothing else.
Can we discuss really quick the impact of the Trae Young trade on the Knicks?
Oh, man,
Nothing?
Man, that shit really pisses me off, man. Fuck the Washington Wizards, okay? Fuck you. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Mr. Go ahead, Mr.
No, I mean, so if people don't know, if they fall out of the top 8, it will become our pick. And so now they're saying, now Washington is saying they may not play him at all or very little this season because he's injured. I think that's bullshit.
Yo,
because
man.
if he was injured, he's not going to pass the physical to then become a Washington Wizard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so the NBA needs to look at tanking and take the motherfucking picks.
Right. And that's the second time that happened to us. Dallas did the same bullshit a few years ago. You know, and I don't know, man. I think that should be illegal, to be honest with you, man. When you
So,
make a trade for somebody like that and he's not injured, you gotta play.
but yo,
Period.
still a silver lining. We've seen it happen over the last few drafts. Teams that's projected to get draft high picks fall. They fall. And it still can happen to them. I mean, obviously they want to keep their odds high that it don't happen. But we've seen it happen. We've seen teams that's supposed to get the number 2, number 3 pick fall to like number 9. Like we've seen it happen. You feel me? But as far as the trade like changing anything, it doesn't. Even if he did play, they still gonna lose. They still suck. They still stuck. Even with Trae Young, still garbage. Ass. Booty cheeks. They garbage.
No, of course.
They're not good at basketball. So the likelihood of them falling to where it's a lot for us to get the pick, I don't see it happening. That's all I'm saying. Even with Trae Young playing every game.
I just don't like that they're purposefully doing it. Now, if they lose and then they get a top 8 pick, I'm cool with it. But to purposefully do it after we done seen this happen against, with Dallas, with us, again, to me, that's nonsense. Because 100%, if that shit was us,
we would get fined.
We'd be fined, taken, all kind of shit.
You saw what happened with Jalen Brunson. We had to give up a pick because supposedly we was tampering or whatever.
Best second round pick ever spent.
But no, of course, but it cost us like bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what they did to us for that, bro. I don't know, man. It don't make sense to me. Because it would be nice to get a pick like that because of the simple fact that we gave up all our first round picks from Mikal Bridges. So it would have been nice to get something like that and maybe pick and in the top 8 or whatever. But it is what it is.
It's still a possibility they could fall to 9. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? They fall to 9 and we get the pick. But, it is what it is. Suckers go do sucker shit, man. You feel me? They bottom feeders. They gonna do whatever they scratching and surviving. They tickets is dirt. You can go to watch a Wizards game for $10. Word, straight cash, $10. You can go watch a Wizard game, $10. Look, hold on. Because I was thinking about it. And somebody put me on. Hold on. Wait a minute.
And the thing is, he don't even want to stay there. He say he gonna leave. He gonna touch free agency. So you just that's karma for you though. That's what you get.
Hold on. Look. I don't know if you can see it, but the third, how much did that say?
I can't
38 cash.
I only see the date.
Yeah, 38 cash. It's 38 cash. You can go watch the Knicks and the Wizards in Washington. 38 cash. So they're garbage. They're garbage. They go do garbage what garbage people do. They trying to look. You selling tickets for 38 cash. Things ain't going too great. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Things ain't going too great. Yeah, I mean the sink is shipping. The ship is sinking. They got a broke down Chris Middleton over there. Like that. What they doing, man? But it would be funny that their karma would be that they follow to the 9th pick and we get that draft pick. You know what I mean? But I get it. We want the pick, but we got bigger fish to fry. we got bigger fish to fry. The season of destiny, y'all. Fuck them picks. Fuck them picks. Yo. Yeah, all right. I'm out. I'm running on fumes. Shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't do so already, make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. If you're new here, go to the YouTube and subscribe. You feel me? Go to the link scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Cop some merch. You know what I mean? Go to Shopify and get you one of these Garden certified crew neck sweatshirts. You feel me? Get you a Knicks and Ish hoodie, a mug. You know what I mean? Some socks. You feel me? You got socks up there, a blanket. You got blankets. You feel me? Like go cop some merch. What else? I said subscribe, share this carry merch. Yeah, and
Yo, Av, what up? Yo, that's hilarious.
he said, well, I just woke up. What do you do? Everything.
Yo, that's hilarious. Don't feel bad, Av, because I woke up right in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
It happens to the best of us. These late games are tough, gang.
I just came to pull up. You know, I seen y'all was up. I said, damn, they up late. You know what? I'm going to go up there too. Fuck it.
I had to go get my daughter. I came back literally like midway through the first quarter. So, yeah, I mean, I was like, I guess I'm watching this game because she ain't ready. She just got here. She ain't ready to go to bed. So I'm up. Nah, but yeah. Shout out to everybody pulling up tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Tomorrow.
Do it.
Hit the outro.
Gotta press N.
Boom shakalaka! The Knicks